Hello, Candace.
Not you again.
Me again. Remember our last oil change? Your boyfriend said he knew a guy who knew a guy. None of those guys knew what they were doing, including you, Todd.
Silence your oil change anxiety at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch our experts change your oil right from your car.
Thanks for coming in.
And finish in about 15 minutes. Valvoline. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
This episode of Tap and Step is presented by Cover Zero Analytics, the leaders in next-level football data. Cover Zero delivers predictive matchup previews, classification-based grading, and customized analysis to football coaches who want more than the same old breakdown of tendencies. With Cover Zero, football coaches now have a tool that can measure all aspects of their team's performance. Cover Zero is built entirely around smarter data analysis, helping thousands of coaches find winning edges that don't always appear in film study. If you're a football coach looking for an extra advantage, Cover Zero invites you to join the hundreds of premier programs that have taken their scouting intel to the next level. Ready to see how the best teams win? Start with Cover Zero Analytics. Find out more at coverzeroanalytics.com. That's coverzeroanalytics.com.
I restarted recording. So.
Okay, so we're recording now?
Now we're recording, yes.
Okay, I'll just count us
You
in.
guys can see everything. You can hear everything.
Yeah, we're good, VNA.
Okay.
Hey.
Blaine fixed everything.
Thanks, Blaine. Tap and Step, your premium Texas high school football podcast from your friends at Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com. I am the Tep, Greg Tepper.
And I'm the Stepp, Matt Stepp.
Thank you for spending part of your day with us, getting ready for football season.
Your Thursday afternoon, a special Thursday edition of Tep and Step.
A little extra, a little bonus.
It's not a bonus hot dog. It's bonus Tep and Step.
It's not exact. Yeah, it's we like to sprinkle in every once in a while, just give you a little gift and little Thursday pick me up. It's hot outside.
It is hot.
And it has nothing to do. It's because we love you. It has nothing to do with the fact that we counted up the weeks and figured out we had to double up 1 week in order to make
we
sure.
We got back from coaching school. We're like, oh crap, football season.
All the preview
really
episodes got out in time.
Math, not our force, not our strength.
No. In fact, the person who's in charge of the math on this show is our producer, VNA Moreno. Hello, VNA Moreno.
Hi, guys.
Are you in charge of the math?
I'm mathing back here.
You're mathing pretty hard.
Making sure everything is fine.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
This is only the 3A preview, and she's so done with us.
Oh, yeah. She's stuck with us till Christmas.
She's got like 40 more episodes to do between now and Jesus' birthday. She is going to absolutely murk us at some point. This is your Class 3A preview edition of Tep and Step. We do thank you for spending part of your day with us. Coming up here in just a moment, what you've come to expect from us. Honestly, this is about, if you think about it, a 3A deep dive is basically what you trust us for.
Yeah, this is what the people come to us for.
Right in our wheelhouse.
I got a text from Hudson Standish who said he was more fired up for the 3A episode than any episode. And he's a sicko, and this is the episode for sickos.
This is sicko hours. Yeah. So welcome aboard, sickos.
6A is mainstream, it's like it's mainstream.
Oh, cool! You're watching Marvel movies. Yeah, this is like the A24 movie that's showing in 3 theaters across, in only 1 county. That's what this is. Shout out 3A. We got a lot to get to, but first, Matthew, we will start as we always do with your Texas high school football fun fact of the week, presented by Cover Zero Analytics. Boys and girls.
Yes, girls can do Cover Zero Analytics too.
In fact, I would say, VNA's a fan.
Yeah.
VNA won't shut up about Cover Zero Analytics.
She was breaking down earlier Will's points, third down efficiency from the 40-yard line and in. And I was like, where'd you get these numbers from? And Cover Zero Analytics.
Cover Zero.
Ball knowledge over there in the producer's
ball
booth.
knower. Mm-hmm.
If you want a professional data analyst experience in 2026, only Cover Zero is combining state-of-the-art artificial intelligence with the best data analysis techniques for coaches in Texas and beyond. You know, they've got more than 250 programs already signed up in Texas alone.
That's incredible.
They're just like, it's a wave.
And if you're a coach and you don't live in Texas, that doesn't mean Cover Zero can't help you. They've gotten coaches from outside of Texas who are Tepp and Stepp fans. We love you. Mm-hmm. But, you know, you're not in Texas. But we still love you.
Give them a call.
We would love you more if you called Cover Zero.
We will give them a call. They'll set up a demo for you. They'll let you know all the good stuff they've got and what they can do for your team. CoverZeroAnalytics.com.
Do you remember the guy who was a car dealer in his radio commercial? Like, I'll meet you at 3 a.m. if I know you're coming.
That is Jacob McNeil.
Yeah, Jacob McNeil will meet you at 3 a.m. if he knows you're going to be
If he knows
there.
you're coming.
If he knows you're going to be on the phone, he will take your call.
He'll take your call, and he'll tell you the good news about Cover Zero Analytics.
Jacob McNeil, a disciple of Cover Zero.
CoverZeroAnalytics.com. It's CoverZeroAnalytics.com. Once again, that number again is CoverZeroAnalytics.com.
Do it on your rotary phone.
Matt Stepp, your Texas high school football fun fact of the week. Last year, Yoakum won the 3A Division I state championship. You may remember that.
I do remember that. They were pretty good.
They did so after starting the year ranked number 18, according to those dum-dums at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Matt Stepp, not counting Class 6A, because 6A with the split divisions, you can,
It can get
don't
wonky.
Really know.
Yeah, it can get wonky.
Yoakum is the lowest ranked team to win a state championship since whom? So they won it from starting at number 18. They're the lowest ranked.
I was about to pull out started from the bottom like Drake, but nobody
state
wants to hear
champion.
that. Oh man, this is hard.
I did some research.
To do some research. Who's like an upset state champion?
You know what's funny is that that's probably not the way to think of it.
Really?
Based on the answer, because the team had some success in the past. It was that we just didn't think they hadn't been very good lately, and we didn't think that this was their year.
Okay. What?
I did.
Was it Anna in 2023, 4A Division I?
It's a great guess. It was not Anna. I can tell you where they started, though. I should have had this pulled up. I can tell you how they started. Where was okay? How they fared. There we go. Let's go and check out where our rankings were.
Anna won it in 2023.
They did win it in 2023. Let's see. Anna
this
started the year number 8.
Okay, that's not.
Started the year number 8.
Top 10.
Matt Stepp, the answer, you have to go back to 2021 when the little old upstart Stephenville Yellow Jackets started the year number 18 in our rankings and went 16-0. Wow. And I remember
LBJ in the state championship.
And if you remember that Stephenville team, I want to say they're coming off like a 6-5 year. Like they and it had been a couple of years. Like I think Sterling Doty had been there a couple of years then at that point. And it'd been like, man,
I did not think Stephenville's ever rated. Man,
number 18 is where they were. That was also the year South Oak Cliff started the year 13th, and Katy Pato started the year 13th.
What were we doing in 2020?
Before that, though, the winner, like if you really want to get into like the true upset, 2020, which again, all the caveats 2020.
Shrug emoji.
Jim Ned started 32nd.
Yeah.
In our rankings, and they won.
And I would consider that a upset. That was
even an upset in the title game.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I was at their third round playoff game when they upset Brock, and I think
is that the most unlikely? Like I'm just saying, from the beginning of the season, is that the most unlikely state champion in recent history? Maybe Pato, although Pato
they were good the year before.
They're good the year before.
COVID eliminated them the year before. They had to forfeit their second round playoff game.
I've got one.
Okay.
in my tenure at Dave Campbell's, I think the most unlikely state champion from a preseason perspective. And again, now we're factoring in 6A again, but like Cy-Fair.
Yeah.
When Cy-Fair won in 2017.
Yeah. They were always good, but they never had really.
And then suddenly there was just like everything clicks.
And they were 16-0.
And they were 16-0.
Yeah.
Anyway, there it is. Your Texas high school football.
They beat the brakes off Waco Midway.
They did. And I remember us having that conversation about that game going into it of like, okay, Midway wants to get up and down. Midway wants to get up and down. But then you looked up and it was like 24-0 Cy-Fair.
In the first quarter.
In like the first quarter. It's like, oh, this game's over.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyway, there it is. Your Texas high school fun fact of the week. Matt Stepp, it's 3A day. It's 3A day. We're talking 3A, and it is a new look classification thanks to UIL realignment. And nowhere is that more evident than in 3A Division 2, which is where we will start this conversation. Because 3A Division 2, it is a full-on facelift.
Yes.
In 3A Division 2.
It's been completely turned upside down.
Because it's not just that the reigning 3A Division 2 state champion is not here. The Wall Hawks won 3A Division 2. They moved up to 3A Division 1. You add in the fact that, I don't think this is going on a limb, the 3A Division 2 team of record over the last decade, the Gunner Tigers, are no longer in 3A Division 2.
Nope.
They move up to 3A Division 1 as well.
Yeah.
So 3A Division 2, it's easy to say that the animating question in 3A Division 2 is like, who's left? I think the more interesting question is going to be, how do these new look regions break down? Because these regions, and especially the first two regions we're going to talk about,
shaken up a little bit.
There's a whole lot of unknowns to come out of Region 1 and Region 2 in particular.
Yeah, I think Region 3 and Region 4, if you're looking for your traditional powers and your name brands in 3A Division 2, I think that they live in Region 3, Region 4. I think in Region 1 and Region 2, you've got a lot more question marks and a lot better chance of a mystery guest potentially emerging playing in December.
So let's start with 3A Division 2. We'll start with Region 1. Okay, this is West Texas, Panhandle, kind of getting in towards Wichita Falls area. And what is interesting is that a lot of this comes down to the fact that the team that used to, as recently as just a couple of years ago, have a stranglehold on Region 1, the Canadian Wildcats, at least the past couple of years, they've fallen back to the pack.
They've shown they're mortal.
Yes.
They have, Wall overtook them and has exceeded them in the Region 1 pecking order, but now Wall's gone. So, Canadians got that experience at quarterback. Weston Mitchell is back. I think in that system, he's going to have a monster year. And I think the door is kind of opened up in Region 1 for Canadian maybe to reemerge. And I think they're clearly the favorite in District 1.
Yes.
I think they're going to be a deep playoff team.
Well,
but there's a team in District 2 that I think may have the edge in the region overall, and that's the Idalou Wildcats.
Idalou they start the year as the highest ranked team in our rankings. They start the year number 4.
They were regional finalists last year. They played Wall in the I believe Idalou may have beaten Canadian in the playoffs last year. I can't remember who.
Well,
they were in the regional final.
And I'll tell you, their guy, A.J. Huddleston, who is a quintessential 3A player, running back, linebacker, does a little bit of everything. He's going to take snaps at running back, at receiver, at quarterback. He's going to play linebacker. He's going to play defensive back. He's going to do everything. He's a dog for them.
Yeah. Idalou just plays that physical. That you talk about A.J. Huddleston being a quintessential 3A player. Idalou is a quintessential South Plains team. Physical. They're not slow, but they don't have any. They're quick across the board. They're really physical. They play a smash mouth style. They did beat Canadian in the playoffs last year. They beat Canadian 24-17. They went 10-4 last year with their 4 losses. Here you go. Sweetwater,
4A team.
Lubbock Liberty,
Yeah,
really good 4A team, and then Wall twice.
Yeah, state champion.
Idalou brings a lot back. I think when you look at Region 1, I think Region 1, in my opinion, goes through the Lubbock area and the Idalou Wildcats. But I mean, they're in a good district. Littlefield's been solid. Slayton loved the team speed. Clint Conkin's did a great job at Slayton. Loved the team speed. there with the Slayton Tigers. So this is a good district, but I think Idalou, they've got that blend.
Yeah.
7 starters back on both sides of the ball. I think you have to really look at Idalou as the regional favorite.
So, and then you look at kind of what makes this a real new look region. It's not just that region. It's not just that the regional champion from last year, Wall, is gone. They slide a district from Region 2 over to Region 1, specifically that kind of North Texas, Texoma district.
Wichita Falls-centric district.
Yeah, with City View, with Holiday, and with Jacksboro. And, these are teams that have been personally victimized by Gunner for a decade.
Yes.
Right?
This is the best district in Region 1.
Yes.
All 6 teams in this district made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
So the 6th place team is going to be a team that made the playoffs last year and finished 6th. I love the depth in this district. Mm-hmm. Henrietta may have the best player in Coleman Cruz, quarterback.
He's awesome.
But
man.
Jacksboro looks good. I think City View has that dominant defensive lineman. Holiday graduated heavy, but man, like Holiday just they
always graduate.
Winner.
I feel like every year we have the same conversation about Holiday.
Consistently a winner. I talked to Kyle Atwood Saturday at the Bombs Away Camp in Wichita Falls. They're going to be fine. Merkel was an area round playoff team last year, and I have them 5th in the district. And this is a great district. It's just unfortunate that because you have mostly Wichita Falls, but then you kind of dip down into Abilene. I mean, Merkel's west of Abilene, and they're getting pulled into this district. I'm sure Westwood wasn't super fired up when the realignment packet came out. This is a tough district. Then we didn't talk about it. District 3, man, Kahoma is going to be a team you have to watch out for. Chris Joslin's done a great job there. That's
my sleeper in this region.
Yeah, they're another team that had a great year. They've been good at 7-on-7 the last 2 years. We've seen kind of what Coleman can do. They were 9-3 last year. 2 of those 3 losses were to Wall.
Yeah,
they lost to Wall and Canadian. Sorry, they lost to Littlefield, Wall, and Canadian. Very, very good team. Coleman brings back quarterback Austin Joslin. This is a team. I don't know if they're a regional contender. They're probably on that next tier. Mm-hmm. I think when I look at this region, I think there's 3 teams that I think are kind of your true regional contenders, and that's Canadian, that's Idalou, and I think Henrietta.
So whoever wins District 4.
Yeah, I think Henrietta. Yeah. So yeah. That's kind of where this region shakes out.
Over to Region 2, which, man, again, this is a region, if you go back and you listen to our podcasts from past years, I would bet we have spent the least amount of time talking about 3A Division 2, Region 2 over the last 10 years.
We're basically talking about who's going to lose to Gunner in the regional.
That's exactly it. Because Gunner, like, I would need to go back and get the final numbers, but they have won, I think it's like 48 regional playoff games in a row.
And they've all been like 16 points or more.
I think they've played one. It was like 1 or 2 games within single digits. Yeah. It's like crazy how dominant they were. Mm-hmm. Well, now they're gone, and it is a new look. Like there's. I will just say there's new like life in this region because it looks so different.
Everyone's like, we got a chance, guys.
Yes.
We can get to the state semifinals.
Well, and what's so funny is that like teams that were there before that are probably thrilled that they're gone. Bells, Blue Ridge, like Leonard, Toller, right? Even though they moved up in the last realignment, like they're like, oh man, thank goodness, like they're gone. Finally, we get to stretch our legs. Well, okay, hey, here's a cool deal. What if we take a 10-win team from Region 3 in Edgewood and swing them over to Region 2?
Cool.
And oh, by the way, how about the reigning 2A Division 1 state champions, the official team of Stepp and Stepp, the Hamilton Bulldogs?
Yeah.
Plug them in as well. So I don't think the region got easier. I think the region just has it's
more balanced.
It's just a different shape.
Yeah, it's just more balanced. There's still a lot of good football teams in this region that we're going to talk about a lot of them, but I just don't think there's a clear favorite.
Yeah,
which makes it for us a lot more fun because trying to pick and kind of predict, it's been boring the past 8 to 10 years, really. So
yeah, like I gotta be honest, like I think we have a lot of love for Gunner, but like there just wasn't much to talk about because it's like, okay, they're going to go out there and beat them by 30.
They're going to be in the state semifinals and call us when they play either Wall or Canadian in the semifinals.
That we would always joke that like it would get to like whatever their big non-district game was in week 3, we'd be like, all right, this is the last time we're talking about them for 3 months. Yeah. Now there's a new look in Region 2. And for me, the conversation starts with that team that swung in from East Texas, Edgewood. I like this Bulldogs team a lot.
Big question with Edgewood, though. Huge question
Yes.
with Edgewood. Okay. Quarterback, Trevor Golightly has transferred, which is a massive loss for Edgewood.
This is a guy who threw for almost 3,400 yards last year.
Yes. He has enrolled at Troop. His eligibility is still to be determined. So it's possible he could end up back at Edgewood,
Yes.
potentially. We don't know that. But as of right now, he is not enrolled at Edgewood. So we can't talk about him in regards to the Edgewood Bulldogs, which is sad for Edgewood fans because I think they would have been the favorite in Region 2, in my opinion, if Golightly was still there.
I think that's probably right. I think that because the other teams we'll talk about here in a moment, like they would have the single individual best player in Golightly. And then also, I do like even if they don't have him, I think it's still a good team.
Yeah, they bring a lot back still, but it's a huge hole at the most important position for sure. So, right now in that district, if you skip to District 8, and I like Grand Saline in that district. The Prox kid is a Division I recruit at wide receiver. Joe Drennan has state championship pedigree as a coach. With Golightly's departure, I would put Grand Saline just above Edgewood there in the region. In the district, excuse me.
We mentioned Hamilton, the official team of Stepp and Stepp, moving up from 2A Division 1 to 3A Division 2. They get hit fairly hard. They don't get wiped, but they get hit pretty hard by graduation.
And they're moving up.
They're moving up.
That's the question mark.
Into a district with a team that's played for a state championship recently in Toller, also a recent move up. Right?
Nine starters back on both sides of the ball, so Toller's going to be good. Comanche's a Division II school, and they had to play up for 2 years. They were Division I by like 2 kids. They were very competitive. They went to the playoffs 2 years ago, just missed in the playoffs last year. Coach Jake Esquire does a great job at Comanche. I think Comanche's going to be the last time Comanche was in Division II, they went 3 deep and lost to Gunner. So when Comanche's in Division II, they're going to be competitive. Clifton and Millsap are solid in District 5. Real Vista's another team moving up. They got they had all those off the field issues last year. They're kind of settled in. I think they'll be in the mix in this district. This is District 5 is a deep and solid district with good football teams.
And then we talked about District 7. District 7 is kind of like we were here the whole time.
The Texoma district, yeah.
We were here the whole time. Blue Ridge, Blue Ridge and Bells. I think a lot of it depends.
Bells struggled last
They
year.
really did.
They kind of had it down. It was kind of the emergence last year of Blue Ridge and Leonard.
Yeah.
They played in the third round they played twice.
They did.
They played in the third round of the playoffs, and
Blue Ridge was a regional finalist.
Yeah,
or regional semifinalist. Yeah.
Blue Ridge beat Leonard in the regular season. Leonard both very close games. Both teams got hit pretty decently with losses, but Blue Ridge brings a little bit more back, 7 back. I know they lose some key skill guys, but I would give the slight edge in District 7 to Blue Ridge over Leonard.
Respectfully to District 6, it's probably a 2-horse race there between Maypearl and Scurry Rosser, I think.
I think it's a 1-horse race. I think Maypearl rolls.
Do you?
Maypearl is.
Are you Maypilled?
I've been Maypilled. Let's talk about Maypearl, a playoff team in Division I last year, dropping down to Division II, 17 starters back. Colin Brooks is a dynamic and versatile playmaker. I think Maypearl is going to roll through this district and might be
a little sleeper there in the regions.
Keep an eye on the Maypearl Panthers over in Ellis County.
So now let's flip over. So that is kind of the left side, top side of the bracket, whatever you want to call it, Region 1, Region 2. There's a lot of mystery. Wouldn't be a surprise if we had a program we haven't talked about a ton that made their way to a state semifinal, etc. Region 3.
It's the fireworks factory.
And the other thing is, Region 3 is the brand name shopping region. Yeah. Okay? Mm-hmm. This is brand names.
This is East Texas small school football at its finest.
And by the way, this year, a lot of these teams are going to be really good. This region in the playoffs is going to be a street fight.
Yeah. Usually in 3A, anything below 5A, the first couple of rounds of the playoffs are pretty super chalky, not a lot of intrigue. Maybe an upset here or there. We're really surprised. It's pretty chalky. A lot of blowouts. Not this region. You're going to have to watch it from round 1 on.
We have 9 teams in the top 25 in this region.
9 teams.
9 teams. And it starts with the number 1 team in the state, which is the Newton Eagles.
Last year's state runner-up, lost the state title game by 1 point, and I think when you talk about Newton, it's just They've always got a big-time running back, and they've got a big-time running back in Kendra Porter Jr., who's back for his senior season, the U of H commit. He is a special talent.
He is unbelievable.
But it's more than just him.
Oh, no, they're loaded, and I think their defense is going to be really good.
Ivan Gaston.
Yes.
When Newton has a Gaston or Spikes playing for them, they're usually going to be really good. I like their sophomore quarterback, Isaiah Foster. He got thrown in as a freshman last year, really started to grow up a little bit. He struggled a little bit in the state championship game. It's a freshman playing in a state title game against Wall. He is going to be so much better this year. Newton is going to be so much more dynamic on offense. And I don't worry about Newton playing tough defense. They will play tough defense. But let me tell you, this district
Yes, I'm glad I
is
went to
tough.
Trent this year because they get slotted in with another team that played for a state championship the year before in Woodville. Bit of a surprise there. I think last year was, an understandable step back from that state championship team. But they bring back a ton, especially defensively.
They do. Now, the big question with Woodville is, speaking of transfers, quarterback Luke Babin transferred. He's over at Barbers Hill, now the Baylor commit. Big loss there, but Woodville, I think, can sustain that loss in the 3A level.
And especially because I think their defense is what's going to be what they're going to hang their hat on.
They are going to be big and fast and physical.
And then you add in, Newton and Woodville were in the same district last year. A team that was not in their district last year.
Sprinkle in the Hardin Hornets.
And let me tell you something,
One of my favorite teams last year.
They're wild ass.
They play a really unique style that's hard to defend. Chad Taylor, they run kind of a real bare bones wing tee. I don't really know how to describe it, but it is a pain in the arse to prepare.
You know what you described it once. I don't remember where it was, but it's what's always stuck in my head. You said they basically run a rugby scrum.
Yeah.
Every game. It's a super, super tight formation.
Yes.
With like a little bit of misdirection, and you don't really know where the ball is. But then also, when you do know where the ball is, they've got 4 guys pushing the guy.
Well, because they're huge.
Yes.
Hardin is going to be one of the biggest 3A teams you have ever seen. They are massive on the offensive line. They're just hard to prepare for. They were 12-1 last year in Division I.
Yes.
Now they're dropping down. So they're a tough matchup, and they'll be a really tough matchup for Newton because Newton is not an overly large football team. They're not small,
speed.
but they're built more about speed. And Hardin is just going to try to grind you into dust. 4 yards a pop. So this is going to be a tough district and a tough match. The other thing about Hardin you have to watch out for when you play Hardin is you can't let them beat you twice because they're so physical. If you're not careful, you'll be beat up for the next game too. So you have to kind of watch out for that when you're playing. And it's not dirty play. It's just they play such a physical brand that you got bumps and bruises and you're not 100%. Remember when Euless Trinity was rolling?
Yeah.
And people would talk about that with Trinity, is how Trinity would beat you 2 weeks in a row because they beat you when they played you, and then the next week you'd
want your bye after the Trinity game.
So that's kind of how Hardin is at this level of football.
So that's the number the number 1 team in the state is in District 12. The number 2 team in the state is in District 10, and that's the Troop Tigers. Now, again, we don't know what's going to happen with the Trevor Golightly situation.
Correct.
That has not been litigated yet. That has not come down. We don't know. That hasn't been ruled on officially yet.
I've checked, and a DEC has not been scheduled.
So we'll see when that happens. I'll say this. If they didn't have him, I'd still feel comfortable putting them at number 2.
Agree.
This team is loaded.
Yes.
Absolutely
They
loaded.
bring the house back. They bring Brett Wells, James Pierce. And this is a team that I believe it was 17. Did they bring back 9 starters on both sides?
They bring back 9 starters and 7 starters. 9 and 7.
16 starters. So they were 12-1 a year ago.
Yes.
Let's just say hypothetically you add Golightly to that.
Yeah.
Now you have maybe the most dynamic playmaker at quarterback in the region as well. It's going to make Troop a real problem. And I think in this really tough district, they are the team to beat going into the season because of that experience and because of the playoff run they had last year.
But that's the thing is, that's a high compliment because this district is loaded too.
Yeah.
They're going to have to deal with Jefferson. I know that Jefferson, it didn't end the way that they hoped it would, like last year. It was
struggled last year.
It was a real up and down season, and then a first round loss to Commerce is not, and kind of a bludgeoning at the hands of Commerce.
They were really beat up at the end of the year. They had some bad luck with injuries, but this is where Jefferson, they're dropping down from Division I.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where Jefferson really ranks here. Okay, they played Newton last year, week 2.
Mm-hmm.
Newton beat them 22-14 in Newton. That was before kind of the injuries just destroyed Jefferson. So we're talking about a team that played Newton. They beat Newton the year before.
Yes.
And then played them last year, lost to them by a touchdown. So I don't think there's any question that Jefferson, if they can stay healthy, Chance Washington especially, they got to keep Chance Washington upright. If Jefferson is healthy and at full strength, they're a contender in this region because they can play with anyone.
But they will also have to deal with a regional finalist from a year ago in ARP. Mm-hmm. Now they got hammered by graduation.
Yes. Now ARP's the one that they were 12-2 last year. They got lambasted by graduation. I think that might open the door for West Rusk to kind of get that 3 seed. West Rusk was the darlings of state 7-on-7 this year with their outstanding junior wide receiver, defensive back Cameron Hollywood Brown. Mm-hmm. West Rusk is going to be good. I got him. My personal opinion, I got him as the 3 seed in this district. The big question mark for what West Rusk is, as talented as that young kid is at quarterback, he's a freshman.
Yeah.
Playing a freshman at quarterback in this district, it's a lot to ask. And so early on, we'll see kind of how West Rusk manages that. But I think they're in line. They're a really good 3 seed. And if I'm the 2 seed from District 9, I'm not super fired up to have to play potentially West Rusk in the first round of the playoffs.
Speaking of District 9, I like Dangerfield in that district.
I like DeKalb.
You like DeKalb?
I think it's close. I think Dangerfield's really young. DeKalb's got 17 starters, but they beat Dangerfield in 2024. Mm-hmm. These are old rivals, Northeast Texas, kind of up in the Texarkana area. Dangerfield's been the team of record, but DeKalb doesn't fear Dangerfield. They play him tough usually. I think DeKalb gets the slight edge this year, but if you told me if somebody picks Dangerfield, I'm not going to have a qualm. I think it's a toss up.
Here's the other thing. I think Hooks is
Kayvon Stigger at right back.
Really dangerous. Like I saw them behind DeKalb and Dangerfield, but like they're going to beat either of them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Hooks and New Boston are both good. So these bi-district matchups between 9 and 10 are going to be a lot of fun in East Texas because these are good football teams that are going to be playing each other in the first round of playoffs.
And then just to round it out, you've kind of got this Central Texas district here with like Central-ish Texas.
Kind of think Corsicana, I-45 corridor course between Corsicana.
With
a lot of these teams were in Region 2 last year.
Yeah. A lot of these teams swung over. With Tig, who's dropping down from 3A Division 2. It's kind of a makeshift district because you've got Mildred moving up from 2A. Mm-hmm. Kind of smushing them together. Region 3 is an odd place to get them. I guess there's kind of nowhere else to put them.
Yeah, I guess you could have put them in Region 2 and maybe swung District 8 over into
yeah, I guess maybe.
That's about all you could do. But I think Tig wins this district. They were just barely missed out on the playoffs last year. They bring a good amount back.
Bring back 13 starters.
Yeah, so I would give the edge to Tig. I mean, you got Mildred. Mildred was solid last year, but they're moving up from 2A, so I might give the edge to Buffalo for that 2 seed over Mildred.
Over to Region 4. And in Region 4, this is where I think you've got, well, let me see if I want to say this. Yeah. I think you've got 2 districts that stand out in this region. Mm-hmm. And in those 2 districts, I think you've got 2 teams that stand out in those districts.
14 and 15?
14 and 15.
Yeah.
We'll start with 14. And that is where the reigning regional champion, the reigning regional champion is there in East Bernard. They are linked up again with Tidehaven. That is that 1-2 combination where, I mean, look, East Bernard had a moment for the 2025 East Bernard Brahmas. What a freaking year.
Yeah.
I mean,
that playoff run was really special, and that upset win over. I mean, I don't think anyone gave East Bernard much of a chance in that playoff game against Tidehaven. Blew them out in the regular season. They were undefeated, and then for them to come back, that onside kick recovery and the plays they made at the end of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, and you think about it, they had to make a crazy play to beat Poth. Remember, they had their version of the Music City Miracle.
Little pitchy woo woo.
So, I mean, East Bernard went up. Jeremy Jenkins, he does it in the play. Jeremy Jenkins is a playoff coach and jack, man. Like, his time at Harmony, what he's done at East Bernard, very, very good. But both Tidehaven and East Bernard, very talented, but they go into the year a little bit younger with more questions.
Now they've each got dudes that they like. Like, for example, I love Amari Jones, the playmaker at East Bernard, and I know, East Bernard. It's funny. I think people will think of them as a running team.
Well, because like Ty Slanina and those guys.
For years and years, it was like, we're going to run the ball. I mean, they got Amari Jones out wide, and he is one of the best receivers in 3A.
Well, they're a true spread team now at this point. They want to get in 3 and 4 wide and spread you out. These are not the days when they were running the wing T and winning the state championship.
The funny thing is, I look at Tidehaven as a team that is, I think they're going to be, they might be the better running team out of those two. Julian Stockton and company. I think the fact that they were so good, both these teams were at state 7-on-7, correct?
They were. Tidehaven's very, very young, and even in 7-on-7 we saw it, right? When they were good, they were really good.
Mm-hmm.
But when they struggled, they also really. So you might get a little bit of that roller. And Coach Lucio kind of talked about it when he was with us at coaching school, that they were going to be really young and they were going to have to kind of ride the wave with those young guys, because when you play a bunch of young guys, you got to deal with the growing pains.
Well, and so both of those teams, so those two teams, district last year it was District 14. They're still in District 14. Kind of dominated the region. They were they're at least the last two.
Take a moment to talk about a couple other teams in 14 real quick.
Sure.
Wallace Brazos, if they weren't in this district, they would be a district championship type ball club. 8-8 back from an 8-3 ball club. I think Rice Consolidated is a major sleeper. 10 starters back on both sides of the ball. Not saying Rice Consolidated is going to be a regional pick, but they're the kind of team that could jump from 0-10 to like 7-4 this year and be a playoff team, which for you make that kind of jump, that's impressive. So I want to give a little shout out to those two teams. It's a good district.
Keep it on Industrial, too. Another team that had a tough year last year, but I think
and Van Vleck 2 years ago was in the third round. This is a 6-team deep district. Van Vleck's got Courtney Blackman, who's got Division I offers already at receiver. This is a good district for 3A. You don't see 6 deep districts in 3A Division II.
District 15 is the other district we kind of referred to at the beginning. And at the top, you've got Blanco and Poth. And I think both of these teams I feel like they were not in the same district last year. They kind of got smushed together.
Yeah, they kind of smushed San Antonio area together.
I don't know. From the outset, this feels too close to call at the top. These two teams feel very similar.
They do. They get it done in different ways, but they do feel similar. I'm giving edge to Blanco a little bit. I think in year 2 under Kent Walker, they're going to be really hard to deal with, because now they're going to start getting that slot T down and the timing. They're going to be really well schooled in it. They're going to be a tough team to prepare for. So I give the edge to Blanco. 15-3A has got the 2 good teams at the top. I don't think it has the depth that 14 has, but I think there's Blanco and Poth at the top will be contenders.
I think Stockdale's probably that third place team.
Yeah, Stockdale and Comfort are the other 2 playoff teams.
District 13 is interesting. Lexington at the top. What does life without Case Evans look like?
Chris and Colton Smith's show.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be... They're going to be a really interesting, different team.
Miss Tootsie will be watching.
Oh yeah,
Chris and Colton Smith.
And then District 16, kind of down south.
Snow's Barbecue, VNA.
Yeah, she's like a
Snow's
92.
Barbecue.
She's like a 92.
She's the most famous pit master in the state of Texas. She is a 90. She's also the janitor at the school as well during the week.
What's her name?
Miss Tootsie.
Miss Tootsie.
Yeah, just look up Miss Tootsie Lexington.
I like that.
Yes.
Maybe put a picture of her up at the end of the show.
And then District 16, kind of that South Texas district.
George West.
George West, Catula.
Yeah.
George West had such a great year, but they got hammered by graduation. I like Catula here with 16 starters back from last year's team. I think they can. I think they can win that district.
Okay, all right.
If they won a playoff game last year,
like George West, but I think George West and Catula are the 2 teams to beat.
Okay, so then in 3A Division II, give me your regional champions and your state champion.
In Region 1, I'm going. Got to go. I can't not pick Idalou here. I'm going to go Idalou over Jacksboro. And a little bit of a surprise in the regional final.
Blue Tigers.
Idalou over Jacksboro. Region 2, I'm doing it, Tepper. Give me Maypearl over Blue Ridge.
Maypilled.
You have been Maypilled.
Region 2 is so wide open. This a team like May dropping down from Division 1.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now because I'm looking at our computer rankings.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where Maypearl ranks?
They're probably pretty low.
They are 48.
Yeah.
But you like them to win the region.
I mean, who's the highest ranked?
I'm not here to tell you you're wrong.
No, tell me who the computer has the highest rated team in the region.
The highest rated team in the region is right now Edgewood.
Well, that's what the big asterisk.
Then the next one's Hamilton.
What's Hamilton ranked?
14th.
Okay. I think a little overcooked for Hamilton. That's just from my taste.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Region 3.
They're no longer the official team of Tep and Sep and just starts roasting Hamilton. Well, I still love you.
I think 14's a little high for them.
Okay.
In 3A.
All right, that's fine.
Region 3, I'm going Newton South. Newton over Hardin. I think Hardin beats Troop in the regional semifinals.
All right.
I think that style that Hardin plays is really difficult.
Agreed.
Region 4, I'm taking Tidehaven over Blanco.
Okay. And for a state champion?
I'm taking Newton over Idalou.
Okay. Newton over Idalou.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go with... I agree with a lot. What's crazy is I agree with a lot of it. I like Idalou in Region 1. I'm going to go... Jeez.
Yeah, good luck in Region 2. It's 3A Division 2. Region 2 is this year's 2A Division 1 Region 2 of the last 2
Give me
years.
Blue Ridge.
Okay, Blue Ridge.
Blue Ridge wins Region 2. I like Blue Ridge.
I have Blue Ridge in the regional final.
Yeah.
I've made pro with Blue Ridge.
Region 3, I like Newton, although, again, like...
There's 5 teams that would... If you told me Troop, Hardin...
And we also didn't talk about this, like, can Newton get over the hump? Like, last year they made it to the title game, and that's a huge step.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, let's not forget that, like, this has been a program that, like, they've stubbed their toe. Like, on the way... They've had great teams that have stubbed their toe.
Sure.
On the way, like, maybe a round too early. Can they get over the hump? I think they win Region 3. Region 4, I'm going to go with Tidehaven.
Okay.
Although East Bernard really tempts me because they do get hot in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Tidehaven. And for a state champion, give me the exact same thing you've got. I like Newton over Idalou.
Okay.
I like Newton over Idalou. So there is a brief look at 3A Division 2. Over to 3A Division 1, Matthew. And the headline here is like everyone into the pool. Okay?
Okay.
Look at 3A Division 1, and I want you to think about the teams that have either played in or won a state, or at least played in a state championship in the last, like, decade, okay? Here's what I count.
Okay.
Just in our top 20, okay? Columbus,
Mm-hmm.
Gunner,
Mm-hmm.
Franklin,
Mm-hmm.
Wall, Yoakum, Malakoff,
Mm-hmm.
Grandview. I think that's it in the top 20. Pottsboro.
Yeah.
Lorena. That's just in the top 20. I mean, you've got a ton of pedigree here.
100%.
A ton of championship, like,
DNA.
Yeah. Been there, done that. And now they're all smushed together. And the fun thing is, a lot of these teams are going to see each other sooner as opposed to later just because of the way that the regions have broken down.
Yeah, 100%. I think we go like in Division 2. I think we go to Region 3. And also Region 2, though. Region 2 and Region 3 is where the fun really gets going. And you're talking about all that pedigree. That's not even to mention, we also have a 4A state semifinalist dropping down.
Correct. Yeah.
In Region 4. They haven't played in a state championship, but that's not even counting Sinton.
Yeah.
This is a absolutely loaded classification. It's with a lot of contenders.
I mean, if you were to expand it into teams that have made a semifinal in the last 5 years, it's like every team.
Yeah.
Like every team has made a semifinal. It's 3A Division 1, like the new look 3A Division 1, if you're a ball knower, like when the brackets come out, and you're listening to us, so
you're a ball knower.
You are.
Yeah.
Then this is the bracket you're going to grab. This is the bracket. Okay, let's start in Region 1. In Region 1, you may remember from last year,
the Peaster Greyhounds.
The mighty Peaster Greyhounds. We had Peaster versus Paradise in a regional final.
As much as you think about Region 1 and 3A being, West Texas, it's kind of the last couple of years been kind of dominated. It's really the last few years have been dominated by kind of those Western DFW metro. Brock for the longest time dominated in 3A Division 1, Region 1. And then the last couple of years after Brock leaves, the West Texas team's like, all right, we got a shot. Here we go. And then it's Paradise and Peaster, who are just kind of on the northwestern fringes of the DFW Metroplex.
Well, and I'm glad you brought up the geography here, because whereas Region 1 in 3A Division 2, we talked about it's pretty easy. It's West Texas, a lot of panhandle, kind of coming down through the South Plains over to Wichita Falls, right? And kind of North Texas. This is all over the place.
Yeah, Region 1 this year got weird.
And it's because of District 3. Because District 3, it all kind of follows along. District 1 is, Dalhart and Bushland way out west, right?
Amarillo/Lubbock.
Yeah, exactly. District 2. Oh, okay. Like Sweetwater.
Your I-20 district, yeah.
Getting into the big country, stuff like that.
Permian Basin. Yeah.
District 4. The aforementioned kind of west of DFW type team.
Up into Wichita Falls. You bring Vernon in the mix. And then District 3.
District 3.
Yeah, which is...
With Wall, in the Concho Valley, if you don't know.
San Angelo.
San Angelo.
Yeah.
Llano and Ingram Tom Moore in like straight up no frills hill country.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, distance wise, it's not that far from Llano to Wall. Like they're not terrible.
They're not terribly far apart.
Pickle used to go to Brownwood all the time.
But like when you map it out, and this is the way it always works. We talked about it at the realignment day. If you're the closer you are to the middle of Texas, the closer you are to Brady, right? The closer you are to Brady, the more the UIL can just send you anywhere.
Well, you think about it, right? They kind of set a precedent this year because in 2A, Goldthwaite goes north and west. Mason goes north and west. When in the last few years, Goldthwaite, Mason, San Saba, kind of that part of the state has gone
south.
This year they went north. So it's kind of a trend, and we saw it with Llano and Ingram is the really, Ingram is pretty far down there. I mean, that's west of San Antonio on I-10.
Yeah, I mean it's they would still call themselves the Hill Country, but it's bordering on being San Antonio basically. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's talk about the region, and it's probably important to start with the team that won a state championship a year ago, which is the Wall Hawks. They won the 3A Division I state championship. That was a really special team.
They lost a lot.
A lot of them are not here anymore.
A lot of new faces for the Wall. The last 2 years, Wall probably was the second best team in 2024. Probably they had Gunner on the ropes in that game. They were very close to winning 2 straight state championships.
I'll just say this. For Wall last year, now we can say it was a real take it to your effing graves type situation. They had to win it last year.
And they got it done.
That was a special year.
Yeah.
I don't want to say this is a rebuild.
Retool.
Because there are still pieces I really like here. And especially I think their defense I think they're going to have good speed on the perimeter. But
and I think
you lose Landon York. You lose a lot of those guys who were like not just playmakers but leaders.
It may be one of those deals where Wall early goes through some growing pains and some struggles, but I wouldn't want to play them in November.
The question is, do they win their own district? Because there's a certain team from a certain town
that Ashley Pickle
is quite familiar with. I believe her jersey's hanging in the rafters. The Llano Yellow Jackets are going to be, I think they're going to be
state semifinalists in Region 4. They've got a 4-year starter at quarterback in Luke Davis. In my opinion, I've got Llano winning the district.
Yeah,
I've got, and then hey, let's not forget Ingram Moore. They were obviously an unbelievable story last year.
I believe Tate Damasco was our coach of the year.
Yes, and deservedly so with what that community went through. But they're not just a feel-good story. They are damn good at football. They got 8 starters back. Last year was their best year in school history, going to the regional semifinals. They may finish third, but they're going to be the best third-place team in 3A Division I, probably.
District 4 is the team that within this region, or is the district that within this region was the dominant power here, with the top 2 with Paradise.
This was the best district. You lose Vernon and Iowa Park and Ponder going up to 4A. This is still a really good district. Peaster, I think, is going to struggle this year by their standard. They graduated heavy. And then their best returning player transferred to Marble Falls.
Yes.
Hudson Salyers, his dad's a coach. He got hired to coach at Marble Falls. So I think Paradise right now, 13 starters, Aiden Alade at quarterback, good team speed. They've got consistent tradition of winning. I think Paradise right now is the team to beat in this region, in this district, and maybe the region.
The other thing about Paradise, too, they have a consistent trend and a consistent expectation of great defense. Like every year, and they brought back 6 starters from what was a really good defense last year. I think Paradise is probably your early favorite.
Vernon's got a new coach. They have the best player in the district in Tice Payne, but they graduated pretty heavy. So I think Vernon probably still a pick for the 3 spot in District 4, but I don't know if they're a true contender.
Do you buy Shallow Water? I'm interested.
Bushland and Shallowater are both. Shallowater actually pushed Peaster pretty good in the second round of the playoffs.
16-0.
Yeah, so this couldn't get the offense going. Shallowater and Bushland, I think, are both kind of those fringy teams. The team I like out west is Sweetwater. I saw them at State 7-on-7. The athleticism and the skill they have, if they can get it done up front, I think Sweetwater's kind of your sleeper. They were 7-4 last year. Caden Ortiz at quarterback. Ton of experience, And then you got Clyde.
Can I give you my sleeper? It's the Clyde
Yeah,
Bulldogs.
Clyde
I'm
graduated 4 starters
Dude,
4 players total from the team. They're going to be very good. Jim Ned is the one that's probably going to take a step back. They are super, super young this year. So I think there's some pieces in this district as well to make it interesting.
Name to know. Devin Wright. He's the quarterback for Clyde. And Clyde has, like, kind of bobbing along a couple of years.
They'll pop up and have it like 11-2 on you, but then they'll go back to 6-5.
I'm in this year. I think that they are a real sleeper in this region, and especially because a lot of these teams at the top have offensive questions, right? Mm-hmm. We don't have those questions about Clyde. Clyde's going to score. It's a third year under Jonathan Haddock. I think Clyde's my sleeper here in region 1. Okay, over to region 2. Now,
oh boy.
Okay. We talked about Gunner, and we talked about how they have not been challenged in a regional playoff game in a decade. That's not an overstatement. It's been a decade since they've struggled and had been pushed in a regional playoff game. Mm-hmm. Now, I want to start with this. I think Gunner, which starts the year number 2 in our rankings, is the favorite in Region 2. I'll just say it right now.
Okay.
They're going to be my pick to win Region 2.
Okay.
And also, their second round playoff game will be the toughest regional playoff game they've played in a decade. Because this region is loaded.
Yeah, a lot of good football teams across the board. Every district has a contender to win the region, and multiple contenders. Like you're going to get some really good round 1 matchups, and those round 2 matchups are going to be must-see television. They're going to be top 10 type regional final type matchups in the area round of the playoffs in this region. It is absolutely, you just don't see the regional depth at this level that you're seeing in 3A Division I Region 2.
It's really, and it's now for Gunner, second year under Jordan Gill.
Yeah, they bring a ton back. They got 4A numbers.
They bring a ton back. They have an FBS tackle in Caleb Seiler.
Knox Gage is back at quarterback.
I want to see how they deploy him this year, because last year, I think with a lot of kind of similar, a little similar to when the greatest quarterback in Gunner history, Walker Overman. Mm-hmm. In the early goings, they kind of kept a leash on him, and they said, "We don't want you to run." Part of it because he was just kind of smallish.
Yeah, he's not a big kid.
Didn't want him to take a ton of hits.
He's a Gunner. Gunner has a type at quarterback.
They do, and they gradually let go of the reins a little bit,
especially come playoff time.
And I want to see how much they let Knox Gage go and let him cook out there, because he's a dynamic athlete.
The question with Gunner, especially when they ran up against the better teams, was that defensively at times they kind of weren't as locked down as they usually are. But this district, let me tell you, it's not Gunner's going to get pushed in district play.
So let me look this up.
Whitesboro is going to be really good. 17 starters, but they've got a 4-year starter at quarterback in Colt Fagan. We saw what Pottsboro's done in recent years. They were a regional finalist last year. Pilot Point's gotten completely turned around by Chad Worrell. And then Life Oak Cliff, I got Life Oak Cliff 5th. They might have the best quarterback in the district.
What's his name?
Cameron. Oh, man.
We should look that up.
They also have a really good shocker here at Life Oak Cliff has another really good freshman wide receiver in Dankia Landor. So they've got a quarterback. He got hurt last year about in week 6, and it really hurt Life Oak Cliff. But
Let me see if I can find this.
5th place. Yeah. They're a dangerous football team.
Cameron Phillips.
Yeah, Cameron Phillips in 6 games threw for huge numbers.
And so, by the way, here's to your point, Gunner has a 62-game district winning streak. They've won 62 in a row, dating back to 2015. They've not lost a district game since,
Is that second to Aledo in the state, or is
second? Actually, 4th.
Okay.
They're behind Aledo at 135. Mm-hmm. Newton's won 85 in a row, and then Mason has won 73 in a row.
Okay.
That might be on the ropes too, by the way. It's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Mason,
Anyway, all that's to say, Gunner will have to earn it for sure.
Yes, this is the toughest one. Gunner always plays a really tough non-district schedule, but the schedule in district play is going to be tough as well.
Now, if you want to talk about the fireworks factory, buddy, District 7 is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Commerce, Malakoff, Winsboro, this is a Mount Vernon, Mineola, this is a deep, fun, fast, playmaker heavy district. Mm-hmm. If there was the version of NFL Sunday Ticket for high school football where you could just
idea to Ashley Pickle.
Yeah, just lock into one district. Like if you just watch every game in this district, every game's going to be fun. I'll tell you that much.
Commerce won the district last year in a bit of a surprise. Aiden Brown, 52 touchdowns a year ago.
Unbelievable.
And he's back. And then Commerce brings back 8 starters on defense. So they're going to be really good. I'm all in on Malakoff.
Yeah.
Malakoff, they by their standard, they won state in 2023, lost the state championship in 2024, had a very young team in 2025. All those guys are back. And then, oh, by the way, you add in two key pieces from Yoakum's state title team in Jermon Robinson and Jermarquise Robinson, who ran for 10 touchdowns as a freshman. Robinson,
I think Jermarquise was the one who was like the fastest kid I've seen at the state
him
championships.
And Canyon Marsh in the backfield together. Man, Malakoff is going to be a problem, people. I love this Malakoff football team. They got a dozen starters back. They're going to be really good. And, you can't never – Winsboro, obviously, they lose the speedster in Camden Capehart. But Nari Castleberry is back at running back. So they're going to probably look a little bit different just because they're going to get – Castleberry is 230 pounds. They're just going to hand him the rock. So Travis McLean's did a great job at Mount Vernon. Minneola's always tough. It's a good district.
District 6 is going to be a lot of fun, too. Especially at the top, you've got a team that played for a state championship a year ago in Grandview. Now, Grandview – hammered by graduates.
They got hit hard.
Now, still got Briggs Yench.
Yes.
Who's a dog.
When you got a Yench, you can, in Grandview.
You got a Yench, you got a chance.
Yes. Whitney.
I just want some acknowledgement for that line. That's pretty good. Anyway, go on. Whitney.
I'm ready to talk about Whitney and Kobe Haynes. VNA should have acknowledged you.
Thanch you.
She should have.
Thank you for saying that. When you got a Yench, you got a chance.
Briggs Yench. JENT. SCH, right? Yeah. Dane Yench, back-to-back state champion.
On the staff?
Yeah, he's a coach now. Yeah. Whitney, 10-3 last year, 19 starters back, including TCU commit Kobe Haynes.
Yeah.
Man, I can remember when Whitney was an absolute doormat in football.
Yeah.
Like when you
they were
Whitney,
like 1-9 every year.
They were the late kids. Nobody cared. Let's just go to Whitney and have some fun at the lake and beat them by 4 touchdowns. They ain't like that no more. Whitney is 3-round playoff team last year. Haynes, they're going to be outstanding. Palmer's going to – I think Palmer will be okay. 7 starters back. They lose Eric Cisneros at quarterback. That's a big loss for them. I think this district is Whitney and Grandview, and I give the edge to Whitney.
And then the Far East Texas district in District 8.
Another great district.
Is absolutely loaded, and I think it's very tight at the top. Like, that's what I think is so interesting because, like, right now, I probably like Gladewater.
They were the champ last year. Jermaine Lewis did an unbelievable job in his first year at Gladewater, turning them around. They're not going to catch anyone off guard this year. Everybody's going to be ready for Gladewater, but that ground game is built for repeatable success.
But I'll tell you, man, I'm in on Liberty Ilo too.
I thought you were going to say you're in on Atlanta.
No, of course not. I'm in on Liberty Ilo. I think Liberty Ilo.
They played a lot of sophomores last year. Yes. This is a group that everybody in Texarkana has told me when this group gets to be seniors, Liberty Ilo is going to be a problem. Atlanta's going to be good. CJ Whaley, they bring back a lot. I know you don't trust them, but I think they're going to be good. Tatum's a year away, but they have an incoming freshman who's already got multiple Division I offers, Rogers Taylor. Greg Powers will be writing about him in the recruiting magazine.
Let's flip over to the other side of the region, or other side of the bracket, and into Region 3, which is where you will find, I'll just say this broadly, I don't think it's as deep as Region 2. There's a lot of fun at the top, including the number 1 team in the state, the Columbus Cardinals. That's who gets the nod for the number 1 team in our rankings. Matt Schobel is sandbagging us. I'll just say it. He's like, no, absolutely not. We don't need to be number 1, stuff like that. They're going to be really good. They
were really good last year.
Really good.
And they were a year away.
And they bring back 17 starters. Now, we don't know what the status is of Braylon Fisher.
He transferred. His dad's a coach. He got hired at Barbers Hill, actually.
At Barbers Hill. So he transferred.
Upgrades at Barbers Hill.
So he's out.
Correct. But they have a transfer quarterback that's come in David James, sophomore, who his dad got hired. His dad's former Aldine MacArthur great Odell James. Baylor Aldine MacArthur. So he coached last year at Corpus Christi Miller. And then, Coach Justin Evans had a staff change. So Coach Odell James got hired on staff at Columbus. So he brings his son, David James, who started 11 games as a freshman for Corpus Christi Miller last year.
Dang, so a TCU guy hired a Baylor guy?
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
wonder if he's going to get a letter from the alumni association.
Cats and dogs are getting along now. It's just like, but so that means that Jack Schobel gets to move back to his more natural position as a slot receiver.
Correct.
So it's going to help in the defense, and they've got up front, Columbus's offensive line might be the best in Class 3A.
Yes.
Keon Hemphill-Woods, TCU commit. They're gonna get fueled up at Schobel's restaurant pregame, and then they're just gonna maul people.
They're gonna maul people. They're gonna be huge up front.
Fried buttermilk fries. Fried
now,
greens.
I would say
just injected in my veins.
So then there's one team I think within their district that and Coach will never say you're circling a team. You're gonna have to deal with Edna, right?
Yeah, 3-time regional champ.
You're gonna have to deal with Edna, a team that's won the region 3 times in the last 4 years, made it to the regional final last year and lost by a field goal to Lana.
Oh boy, Pickle was insufferable that
She
week.
was absolutely insufferable. I think she was in the hospital.
No,
anyway,
I think it was the week before she went in the hospital. Yeah.
Anyway,
She was.
now the one thing that makes me really interesting, because I think that Columbus is probably better than Edna. Edna graduated a fair amount of their skill talent, and that's going to be a question for them, right? My question, though, is that this is going to be a team that can match Columbus up front. Mm-hmm. And so when they get together, what happens when Columbus has to, frankly, fight somebody in their weight class on the offensive line? So to me, that's in District 11.
And the district, there's more depth.
Yeah.
Wharton and Sweeney were 4A playoff teams last year. They're dropping down. So I mean, this is a
good
solid district for 3A. Yeah.
District 12 is where things get really interesting. Because you have a team that is no stranger to winning state championships, no stranger to making it very, very deep in the playoffs. A team that lost to Columbus in the regional semifinals last year, which is Franklin.
Slot T is the devil.
Slot T is the devil. Mark Fannon's back on his bullsh. He's doing it again. They're going to be really good again. And they're going to be really good, especially if they can't. Their question is going to be up front, early. And I think we're going to find out early in non-district before it gets into, obviously.
They play a brutal schedule, too.
They play a brutal schedule. Yeah. Don't be surprised. It would not surprise me if Franklin had an ugly record entering district play.
Yeah.
But that's how Mark Fannin likes it. Like, he's going to be like, cool.
They don't worry about it. Their program is to the point where if they go 1 and 2, they're
like, cool, we're fine.
But
now,
it's a good district, though.
Good district, including, again, if you just look at the record, you're not going to be impressed. But Lorena dropping down from 4A, with what they've got in tow.
They've had their greatest success at this level. This is where they've really been a team to watch out for. 16 starters back for Lorena. New head coach, but it was internal hire, so what they're doing is going to remain the same. I think Cameron Yo is going to be improved.
I agree.
Little River Academy is always solid. Troy's. This is a good district too. There's more depth in this region than you first look at.
District 9 is when you kind of get back out into East Texas. You've got a super team quarterback in this district.
Yeah, Kavian Bryant and Westwood last year. I think all the craziness off the field and just the uncertainty with the coaching situation kind of caught up with them late in the year, and also Fairfield was really
Fairfield's really good.
When you take a look back at 2025, Fairfield gave Yoakum a whale of a game in the second round of the playoffs last year. So. I think Fairfield takes a step back. That opens the door back up for Westwood with Bryant, his brother at receiver. They hired a defensive-minded coach in Randy Pippin, former national championship head coach at Trinity Valley up. I think if he can get the defense, I don't think Westwood's ever going to play lockdown defense. They just don't have that personnel. But if he can get them to improve by 7 to 10 points a game, they're going to score points on just about everybody.
I'll tell you this. That is the team. It's hard to call them a sleeper, but that Westwood is the team that if things click, they're the team that can go from ranked 20th to being ranked first.
They have the guy that can take over a game. Yeah. Kavian Bryant can take over and he can win a football game for you. Now, I don't know if he can do it for like 4 or 5 weeks in the playoffs, but I think on one given Friday night against just about anybody in 3A, they have a fighting chance because of Kavian Bryant.
The other team that's really interesting to me, kind of in this district, or in this region rather, is Orangefield. Okay, Orangefield, a team that went 2 rounds deep in the playoffs last year, brings back 16 starters. Yeah. They're going to be really good up front.
A 4-year starter at quarterback. And they were a state championship game in basketball. So they have some winning pedigree and winning experience going into football season. So. I like Orangefield. East Chambers is always solid. They always have a couple of Edmondson, and they seem that they always have a Caesar at running back. It was Ernest Caesar, now it's Arias Caesar. They always have a Caesar at running back. So I think East Chambers is going to be a solid team again.
All right, on to Region 4. Now, Region 4, it is only appropriate that we start the conversation with the defending state champs.
True.
With Yoakum. Mm-hmm. They've earned that. What a year for Bo Robinson's squad. What a masterclass of coaching. Like, to just figure out and, like, on the fly identify what your best pieces were.
They kind of changed their identity week 3, week 4.
Yeah, and then they were like, okay, now we're going to snap the ball back to, essentially like our
two fastest guys.
Yeah. Go. Mm-hmm. And they ran it all the way to a state championship. They will be very different this year. They were already getting hammered by graduation, and then the Robinson brothers moved to Malakoff.
Yeah. You still give them the benefit of the doubt in this district because of the pedigree, but Marion's got 30 lettermen back, so they're going to be pretty good. I think Yoakum wins this district, but the margins are much closer. And I don't know if I would even call Yoakum a regional contender. I think that I do just because of the pedigree.
Yeah.
There's so many questions. We just don't know.
Questions.
What I do know is they will be very athletic, but they're just going to be young.
Now, they're in District 13. Mm-hmm. There is a district of doom in this region.
I think I know where you're going. You're going to 361, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
District 15?
District 15 is crazy. Mm-hmm. And it starts with a team that was a state semifinalist in 4A and is dropping down with a lot in tow as well. The Sinton Pirates are going to be serious stinking business.
Yeah, they got to replace a really, really good... By the way, first off, do you think Mike Troutman is just super calm about all this?
Do you think he has the calm app?
No, he's intense and fired up, and he's telling his team
he doesn't
right
do
now,
his daily calm.
Don't listen to those two idiots in the DFW Metroplex. We got work to do. Don't take the cheese.
Don't eat the cheese.
Don't eat the cheese. But they're gonna
be really good.
Quincy Best is back at quarterback. They got 6 starters back on both sides of the ball. They're dropping down. Yes, they are dropping into a really, really tough district. But Sinton is a team that's used to winning. They have pedigree. Let's get a tortilla burger and let's have some fun.
That is literally the only question I have for them is about dropping down and just like finding a couple of answers on the defensive side. That's it. They do that. It's like, they're in like right in the mix.
But if they stumble,
Goliad
and Orange Grove are ready to pounce.
If they don't figure it out, Goliad, if Sinton stayed in 4A, Goliad would be not by far because Orange Grove exists, but they would be the clear favorite.
Yeah,
in
they got 8 starters back on defense. They were 10-3. Goliad's got to replace some really good skill talent on offense.
Got to find a quarterback.
But I think they'll be better defensively with the 8 starters back. Orange Grove, and Jared Johnston, he leaves Schertz Clemens and goes to his alma mater, Orange Grove, and they have a great year. They've got 13 starters back.
Dude, including, by the way, they have 2 1,000-yard backs back.
Yeah. So
they're going to be...
Yeah, Orange Grove is going to be really good. The Bulldogs are going to be really good. And here's the thing. The other great thing is Orange Grove, their school colors are actually orange.
Yeah.
Blue Ridge, take a note.
Daniel Bond ran for...
Blue Ridge is green, VNA.
Daniel Bond ran for 1,243 yards, and then they had Andrew Schmidt, who ran for 1,000 yards as well. I mean, they've got dudes up front. Orange Grove's going to be really, really fun. Okay. Over to District 16. I want to talk about that for a minute.
Valley District.
Because this is a real...
We saw Raymondville head coach Will Littleton at El Tiempo.
We did. Mm-hmm. They had the dreaded 10-1 last year. They had the dreaded 10-1. I find it hard to trust a team that does that. I'm just being honest.
No, it's tough by-district matchup. I think they lost to Orange Grove in the first round of the playoffs last year.
Yeah, they lost to Orange Grove in a close one, 35-31.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, because I think actually there's a team in that district. I don't think they win the district. I think Bishops win the district. I like Bishop a lot.
Okay, Bishop brings a lot back. New head coach, though.
The Badgers bring back 17 starters. New head coach. But I think that 17 starters back from last year's team, they're going to be right there in the mix.
Rio Hondo, 10 starters back on defense is going to be good. San Diego is always tough. The Vaqueros are always a good football team. They have blue turf in San Diego.
Yes, they do.
They have blue turf. You talk about District 14.
Yeah, District 14 is...
Two horse
I think
race.
it's 2 horse race. Jordanton and
Yeah,
Hondo.
agree.
Yeah, I think it's 2 horse race, and you can flip a coin on that one. I think
Jordanton's just got the edge. 14 starters back total. 32 Letterman in 3A Division I is
a lot.
large number. So.
Well, and that was a team that they lost in the first round of the playoffs to Marion last year in a tight one. They got the quarterback, and I think their offensive line is going to be pretty good.
Remember how good Crystal City was the district champion? They went 11-1 last year, but they graduated.
I think they graduated literally everybody. Yeah. Okay. All right, Matthew. In 3A Division I, give me your legally binding regional champions and state champion.
3A Region 1, I'm going Paradise over Wall.
Okay.
In 3A Region 2, I'm going Malakoff over Gunner.
Okay. Ooh.
Region 3, I'm going Columbus. I don't remember who I have them beating, though. Hang on. Let me double check it real quick. Live coverage of me checking.
Over Cleveland Tarkington.
Yeah.
What was
Columbus.
Region
Shout out
2 again?
Tarkington.
What was Region 2 again?
Malakoff over Gunner. Columbus over Orangefield.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Region 4, give me Sinton over...
Progresso.
I think Goliad is what I had. Okay. Sinton over Goliad.
Shout out Red Ants.
Shout out to the Red Ants.
All right. And state champion?
Give me Columbus over Paradise.
Okay.
Columbus over Paradise.
Did Columbus beat
Malakoff
in the title
They
game?
beat Malakoff,
I was going to say. I was thinking, yeah.
Columbus over Paradise.
Doing this
Paradise gets to the title game this year.
Region 1.
This is going great.
Give me the Llano Yellow Jackets.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Oh, no.
The pause was worth it.
Give me the Llano Yellow Jackets. I don't feel good about it. You think I like this?
No, I don't. I hate it because if they actually win the region, you know who's going to be an absolute menace that entire week around here.
But I think they got the juice.
And
the Davis kid's the truth.
And we don't have a back surgery to keep us safe this year.
Terrible.
She's going to be extra strong.
She's a souped up pickle.
I like Llano in Region 1.
Let's go.
I like Gunner in Region 2. I mess with success.
Okay.
I like Columbus in Region 3, and I like Sinton in Region 4.
Okay.
And a state championship game, give me...
Don't do it.
Oh, my gosh.
Don't do it. Oh, God.
Give me Sinton over Gunner.
Oh, you got weird. Okay.
I got weird.
Okay.
Give me Sinton over Gunner.
Some 3-6-1 energy at UIL State would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I mean, if you get like a Coastal Bend team.
Sinton over Gunner. Although, here's the thing. Those 4 that I listed...
Any combination of those teams.
Like, honestly, pick your team in Region 1. Whichever one. I picked Llano, you picked Paradise. All good. Gunner or Malakoff in Region 2. Columbus or Franklin in Region 3. Sinton or maybe Goliad in Region 4, right?
Yeah.
I could see any of those teams winning state. Like, legit. Like, kind of.
I mean, those are fun. Sinton and Gunner would be a fun state championship. Columbus and Paradise would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, any combination of those teams would be a lot of fun at state championships.
And that was a really fun 3A Division 1 jaunt. Let's go to VNA Moreno to find out what you wrote down. Hi, VNA.
Hi, guys.
Were we funny today?
I was looking back.
No,
yeah,
really.
you guys were just
Ball talking.
Yeah.
And then one after another, you guys were like, here, this is right after.
We were on a heater.
Yeah, you were on here. You go, it was right after this. When you got a Yinch, you got a chance.
It's true.
That one. And then right after that, do you think he has the Calm app?
Oh, does Mike Troutman have the Calm app?
No.
Don't.
He listens to heavy metal like all the time. Like,
Stepp goes, and I think this was in the same sentence. Don't take the cheese.
Yeah.
Let's get a tortilla burger.
Oh yeah.
yes, in Sinton, if you go to a game in Sinton, they have a tortilla burger, and it's exactly what you think it is, and it's awesome.
You know, after 3 years, you would think like I wouldn't be surprised anymore, but you guys still surprise me every single time.
You know what? We received that. Thank you for
Thank
saying
you for that.
to us.
Thank you for knowing.
And also Jacob McNeil being the disciple of Cover Zero was
He's spreading the good
pretty
news.
great.
He's spreading the gospel.
Exactly right.
He's got like robes on and sandals, and he's walking around coaching school with the Cover Zero Bible, and he's just pointing at
I don't
it.
know if I'm sorry to Jacob McNeil for that, or to Cover Zero, or just to
Or
like
to God.
the Lord. So, whatever. That's going to do it for us. We are back. You're watching this or listening to it on Thursday. We're back on Tuesday with our 4A preview.
We're back again on Tuesday?
Back again on Tuesday.
Yeah,
more Tepp and Stepp?
That's right. More Tepp and Stepp. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't notice, it's in your podcast feed.
It's free.
It's free. Go. You can just search. Tell your friends. Just search Tepp and Stepp in their
Bonus
podcast
Thursday.
feed. So go check that out.
Yeah.
1 hour, 12 minutes.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you, V&A Moreno, for your courage. Stepp, thanks for your courage.
Thank you.
Talk to you next week on Tepp and Stepp.
Bye.